Hey 143 fam, I'm Antonia. Thank you for being here. As I mentioned at the start of the month, I'm going to be giving away 3 free readings this month. 2 readings will be given to YouTube subscribers. 1 reading will be given away via Instagram. If you would like to be considered for a free reading, leave me a comment below your video. Let me know that you have subscribed. On Instagram, you can follow me, UrbanSoulGuru. Leave me a comment, connect with me there. I will notify winners on May 31st. So make sure you keep an eye on my comment back to you at that time because they will not notify winners prior to May 31st. Okay, let's jump in to your mid-month love readings. Hi Sag, this reading is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising in Love, May 15th through the end of the month. Sagittarius in Love, May 15th through the end of the month. Sag, I'm channeling a homebody. I'm feeling like some of you may have sort of tapped out in terms of love. So you're spending a lot of time at home right now. It's okay. If you need to heal, if things got a little too overwhelming, if you're feeling a little discouraged, take some time out, yes. Being a homebody to a point is healthy. But I will say this, Sag, it's really important these next 2 weeks to balance that with being social. You don't have to go out with the intention of dating or meeting anybody new, but you need to be around your friends. You need to be around family. Being all alone in your home, in your apartment, is just not where it's at. Take some time. Balance it, though, with being social. You need to have fun. I'm just feeling like there's a part of you that's really craving fun, and you may not be hearing that message. It's going to help your heart. It's going to help your soul. It's also going to help you overcome this feeling of just being burnt out or maxed out when it comes to love, okay? It's also going to help resolve issues within committed relationships, having fun and being out and being playful. Be social, even if it's not together. Even if you're in committed relationships and you're like, I need a minute. I need a day. I need to go out with my friends. Go do that, okay? Let them do that. You go do that. Go be social, but get out of the house, okay? All right, let's get some clarity on this, Sag. Sag in Love, May 15th. Yeah, through the end of the month. Wow, this has been coming through for a lot of signs. There's a spiritual connection. I'm feeling a heaviness, though, from you, Sag. You had a spiritual connection, a soulmate connection, and are you a little bummed that maybe it didn't work out with this person? It sort of feels like this could be an older relationship. You may have gone through a breakup, and for some of you, this is definitely true. This may have happened in more of the recent past. For some of you, this is like years ago. But you broke up with somebody, you really thought that they were going to be a life partner, or at least they had the potential to be, okay? Even if it never got that serious for you, it had the potential, okay? Especially this really deep spiritual connection. And so now you're out and you're meeting new people and they don't fulfill this. They don't compare to this. And that feels really discouraging for you, Sag. It's okay. Right now, Spirit's asking you not to force anything. If you're single and you're having a hard time and you're feeling discouraged, own that. Recognize that Spirit is asking you to step out, to focus on yourself, but make sure you are out socializing. Make sure you are out having fun. This spiritual connection will come around again for you. This will come around again a lot sooner than you realize. But you do need this disconnect. You heard that message clearly. If you're feeling that right now, wow, this is why. So codependence. Sag, you give a lot, okay? You give so much of yourself. You give so much of your time. You're so generous with the love, with the money, with everything that you have. You're so generous to your friends, to your family, and to those that you are in romantic relationships with. Someone took advantage of you. Someone took advantage of that. They expected more than they were ever willing to give. And that's really disappointing. And that may cause you to reflect on past relationships where that wasn't the case. That person who gave equally, and why didn't that relationship work out? And now I'm attracting these very codependent people who need my energy, who need my money, who are too clingy, they're too attached. It's not healthy. That feels very discouraging. It's a karma. It's a karmic lesson that is trying to come full circle for you at this time. So by taking some time off from love and from dating, if you're single, it's going to allow you to resolve this. If this is creeping up in committed relationships, especially for those of you, you know you have this deep spiritual connection, this codependent energy showing up and it's not feeling so good, you're feeling a little drained, it's time to rebalance the scales now. It's time for open communication. It's time for healthier boundaries and really exercising that to make sure that you and your partner can move forward in a healthy fashion and still have longevity. I do feel healing for those of you still in relationships where this energy shows up, but I really just come back to the single Sag who's just discouraged. You're not loving the energy that keeps showing up. It is a karma. It is healable. You just need to recognize the lesson there. How do you heal codependent energy? Well, if codependent energy is showing up in your partner Sag, recognize the ways that maybe you allow that in. What is your role in it? It's not to say you take the blame for it. It's not that at all. But we do have a responsibility in terms of what energy we're putting out there. Why are we attracting these people? Do you need somebody to be dependent on you so that you feel secure in a relationship? At face value, you may be like, no, absolutely not. But if you sit with that energy and you entertain that, you might be like, well, some people in the past have triggered abandonment issues. So now when somebody new comes up, it's nice that they kind of, they rely on me a lot. It makes me feel needed and it makes me feel grounded and safe. To a point, all of that's okay, but not to the point somebody's dependent on you, okay? I do feel like, and it's very innocent, but it does feel like you're manifesting this a little bit. Where does that come from? If you can take time to yourself right now, this balance between this homebody and still being able to be social at times, but when you're home and when you're alone and when you're reflecting, really acknowledge how you contribute to this. Okay, well, in a relationship with somebody, maybe I shouldn't be making all the phone calls. Maybe I should wait for them to reach out to me. We've been in a relationship together and we split the bills. Why is this not 50-50? Let me rebalance this. Recognize your role in it. That's going to help you heal this karma so you can move on. It feels like now's the time to resolve some lingering karmas so that you can move on, okay? So really just own that. Hear that message. Wow, cards are just like going crazy tonight. There are 2 cards. Let me grab this for you. Yes, Sag, this is what I'm feeling for you. So we have this past relationship where you had a really deep spiritual connection being clarified by soulmate. For some of you, new partners are making you think about someone from the past where you did have a healthier relationship with, and you're a little upset that it didn't work out. It feels like somebody could have been a life partner, but something was just off about it. Timing was off. It didn't work out, and that's okay. And honestly, Sag, it doesn't feel like it was meant to. This felt like a soulmate who was supposed to come in. They were supposed to show you that love can be balanced. They're supposed to show you that love is mutual, that it shouldn't be this codependent, one-sided, draining love, okay? They were an important person for you, an important soulmate, but you guys were both meant to move on. So have some peace in that, okay? So you don't get stuck there. As you move forward, having that reference point of the past is a huge blessing. That's what shows you and teaches you that this isn't acceptable and that you have to balance the scales. I just keep channeling that. Balance the scales. Take some time to figure out what that means for you in your own individual life, because then we move into this, the self-love. You deserve love. You deserve balanced love. You deserve healthy love. You deserve fulfilling love, and you deserve love with longevity now. This is where you're moving toward, and you get that. It just feels like there's still some healing that's taking place. And you know what? That's fine. It's 2 weeks. Spend the next 2 weeks. You owe it to yourself to do that. It's a beautiful investment, okay? Wow. Center of your reading. Codependence. Clarified. By engagement. Well, for some of you, this really is showing up in committed relationships. It's codependent energy. So balance the scales so that you guys can move forward committed together in a healthy relationship. For others of you, I'm feeling a little bit like there's this codependence and someone rushes commitment because of it. They're dependent on you. They're dependent on something you give them. And again, it doesn't necessarily have to be the traditional meaning of codependence, but it feels like a rush to commitment a little bit. And it's unhealthy, and you recognize that. You may step out of those kinds of relationships if you haven't already committed to this person. If you haven't been together for a long time, it's more beginning stages, that may be a big red flag for you at this time. You recognize that you desire and you deserve healthy love is being clarified by self-love. So this is what it's all about right now. Whether you stay in current relationships or whether you're single and you're moving on, you're going through some sort of a healing process. It centers around self-love, and that's really beautiful. From this place of self-love, as long as you invest the time to do this, you get really clear over the next 2 weeks on what your boundaries need to be. What is it that you need in a relationship for it to be truly balanced and healthy? What things, what aspects of relationships are out of whack, that aren't balanced, that aren't mutual, and ultimately aren't healthy with you guys? It just feels like someone could potentially be draining your energy, especially for those of you in committed relationships. A little bit of a rush if you're single. That came up really strong for Cancer, so you may find that there's a crossover with Cancer. Somebody's rushing into commitment a little bit, but the main message here is that you're going through some sort of healing. I feel that even if you're in a committed relationship, this still feels like a healing process. It centers around self-love. Own that. Own those healthy boundaries. Communicate very directly with current partners. If you have to cut some people out of your life at this time, Sag, don't be afraid to do that. Don't tap out completely, but do take some time for yourself. If you feel that, recognize that energy so that you can move forward very healthy. But again, you do still need friends. You still need time out with friends. Okay. Clarifying this is romantic feelings. Honestly, what I'm getting is that some of you are you're tired of the struggle of romance, the ups and downs of feelings. It feels like somebody has dealt with emotional imbalance. So there are romantic feelings, yes, but you're not loving them. You're not loving feeling them right now. Not all of you. This isn't going to apply across the board for all Sag, but it definitely comes through as a dominant message here. I just feel like you're tapping out a little bit. It's okay. I do see that if you tackle this codependent energy and you have these healthier boundaries in commitment or just moving forward with new love, okay, and you focus on the self-love, you get really clear about what healthy boundaries mean to you, and you get really clear on how to resolve this codependent karma that showed up, you call in somebody new. And you will enjoy having romantic feelings for them. They will have romantic feelings for you. And this karmic pattern doesn't have to repeat. That's a big message for you, Sag. If there's a karmic pattern, especially one that feels particularly draining in love for you, that's making you kind of want to just like throw in the towel and be done with it, right now is the perfect opportunity to heal it, okay? And the message is it can be healed. It can be resolved at this time. Just recognize how you allow this. It's not about taking blame for anything. It's just about being evolved enough to go, okay, what role do I play in this? Am I giving too much? Am I giving too soon, too quick? What am I teaching my partner so that they feel like they can be dependent on me all the time? Why am I not getting that back? Just do some journaling. Invest some serious time, some thought, some energy. It feels like it's time for this to get resolved now, okay? But it's really beautiful. I do see you moving forward with new love. So we have this. New love definitely comes through, and it definitely feels like different energy, and you'll get excited again, okay? This definitely feels very close to you if you're open to it. Bottom of the deck, new love. New conversations, new people, but I'm also getting friends here too. Spend time with your friends the rest of this month. Be social, be out there. You don't have to search for love if you're really not feeling it. It's totally fine. These next 2 weeks, honestly, if there's a one focus you have, let it be self-love, prioritizing your needs, refueling, especially if you're stepping out of very draining relationships. Refuel, refocus, go have fun, go play, get that fun energy going again, that social energy. Don't spend too much time indoors because, again, I was channeling homebody. That's okay to a point, but also have limits with that too, okay? You do need to be around friends, but it's all about self-love. Don't engage in any activity or with any person right now that's causing you to step away from yourself. Your self-love and your self-healing is the focus, okay? Allow that to be a priority. Anybody who's a distraction from that is maybe somebody you shouldn't engage with over the next couple of weeks because it does feel like you're going through some healing here. Sag, so grateful to connect with you here. If you feel like you need some individual clarity, and some more clarity on individual situations, reach out to me. I'm available for private readings. I'm also available for energy healing, which is what I specialize in. If you're feeling like you need some maybe deeper uncrossings and you're really going through some grief and those kinds of things, or you just would like some energy healing to maybe help clear this codependent karma a little quicker, reach out. We can do that. I do still have availability throughout the rest of May. But in the meantime, I'm sending you guys so much love, light, gratitude. I'll be back June 1st for your full month of June reading. I'll see you guys back here soon. Love you, Sag. Ciao.